Good news, weather, sports, events, cooking, music, and more right here on your Madison County Weather Channel. Watch at MadisonKYLive.com, YouTube, Facebook, and Roku. Thanks to our great sponsors, Madison County Emergency Management, the Madison County Library in Richmond and Berea, KYmedia.net, and the Cain Pole, Southern Hills Plaza. Hey everybody, welcome to this Wednesday edition of Madison County Live.
It's Windy Wednesday.
Everyone knows it's windy.
You're still
I know, I got that song stuck in my head. We should never have talked about that last night.
Have you had that song in your head since last night?
Yes,
oh,
it's one of those songs I can't get out of my head now because it's an earworm.
I'm so sorry.
You know what also could be an earworm? And an eyeworm, which all that sounds kind of nasty. But you go to MadisonKYLive.com and watch the weather cam and our weather cams around the area. Get your 24/7 weather channel forecast at MadisonKYLive.com. Woo! I don't know where I was there.
I had the visual of...
It's like, well, it is October. Maybe it's horror movie month.
That is really grody.
So, I do want to recommend... Grody? Did you say Grody? This is really cool. There's a house on North Madison Avenue, and I don't know what the intersection is, but you'll notice it. But man, they have got it duded up for Halloween. You know the one I'm talking about?
I know which one you're talking about. I've seen it in past years.
That is huge. Go by and look at that. Speaking of October, that's a lot of fun. Maybe I should just go around the county and take pictures of these Halloween. And we also have one of my neighbors, David Brewer. He has the big setup of the animatronics of Halloween too. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
You should go around and catch some video.
He has them for October, for Halloween, and as well as Christmas. So
maybe an upcoming big show.
Oh, I think a big show. Maybe you and I will go interview David and see if he can scare us.
Do you like being scared?
Scare us up an interview.
I don't.
You don't like being scared?
I don't like being scared.
I didn't either. I make fun of scary movies, so it's hard for me to go see scary movies because I'm more interested in the effects, and then I get tickled. That's wrong, probably, in horror movies. People around you don't like that, apparently.
I just get so involved, and so and then probably if anybody's there to be scared and wants to get into it, they probably don't like it that you're sitting over there snickering.
I know. Watch this, folks. No, didn't work. Everyone knows it's windy. Hey, everyone knows it's also Pet of the Day time. And this namesake is my dad's namesake. Look at George!
Oh,
is he gorgeous?
Oh, he is.
He is a male, a German Shepherd mix, black and brown and tan and a little white. It looks like.
Do you remember that cartoon?
1-year-old.
Do you remember that cartoon? I'll love him and squeeze him and cuddle him and take him home and call him George. It was a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Really?
Back in the 80s.
Would you take George home and cuddle him and love him? And
I would love to.
His little jam. Isn't he adorable?
He is so cute.
What cartoon was that? Looney Tunes?
It was one of those. It was like in the Bugs Bunny era.
The Bugs Bunny era. I love some Bugs Bunny.
Well, since Randy doesn't remember it, if you remember it, will you comment
below? On YouTube? I'm sure.
We'll have to find it.
My wife sometimes makes fun of me of early morning. I'll be watching on MeTV. I'll be watching cartoons.
There's nothing
wrong with that.
It's better than scary
movies. I don't want to grow up.
It's better than scary movies.
I know. I don't want to grow up.
You don't have to.
Hey, folks, check out George at the Madison County Animal Shelter. I went down the rabbit trail with George. Check him out on Facebook. Send him a message and say, I want to take a look at George. And remember, never. That's wrong. Oh, National Day, Wendy. Look at our National Day here. Do you know the National Day?
I have no idea.
Is this something you like?
That doesn't look like what I would eat. What is that?
It's National Gumbo Day.
I have never had gumbo.
You've never had gumbo at all?
Never.
I tell you what. I make a mean gumbo.
But is it spicy?
It doesn't have to be spicy. That's the thing about gumbo. You can add the Tabasco or the Louisiana hot red sauce to it. And it can be as hot as you want. It doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be spicy.
I'm just particular about food.
Andouille sausage
is
a little spicy, but you can buy andouille sausage, which is Louisiana style sausage. That doesn't have to be. So you can just put chicken in it. Some people put shrimp. I mean, you put anything you want to in gumbo. That's the reason I call it gumbo.
What does that mean?
That's my Cajun accent.
Well, I think that a lot of people like gumbo, and so that's wonderful.
Originating in southern Louisiana during the 18th century. Gumbo this is typically consists of strong flavored stock with meat or shellfish. Okay, I'm not big. I will eat shrimp if it's in gumbo. A thickener, a seasoned vegetables. The seasoned vegetables may include the Holy Trinity. You know what the Holy Trinity is?
No idea.
I love it. Celery, bell peppers, and onions. That's called the Holy Trinity. And in Cajun cuisine, the trio is known as the Holy Trinity. Most people serve gumbo over rice and some baguettes and some bread. And you dip that stuff in the gumbo, and it will slap your jaw. Silly. That's from the old Justin Wilson Cooking Outdoors. Used to be on PBS.
Yeah.
Made a lot of gumbo back in the day. He made a lot of gumbo. He said, "You want some hot sauce? Let's put some hot sauce in there. How about a teaspoon? Now let's put some more in there." He loved his gumbo. But there's different thickeners, flour, olive oil, but you gotta keep it over the stove and you gotta stir it, because if you burn your gumbo, you can't use it, and you'll have to make a new roux. What they say. That's my Cajun accent for the day on this Wednesday. So happy National Gumbo Day, everybody.
And how do you celebrate National Gumbo Day?
You eat some gumbo. You make some gumbo. You can find the recipe on the YouTube channel. Or you can go to my favorite place that has the most authentic gumbo. Is Bourbon and Toulouse at Chevy Chase in downtown Lexington. I want some gumbo.
You're excited.
Man, I love some gumbo. And it gets cold. I love me some gumbo. When it gets cold, I will make my own roux.
I think
I'll be in there in the kitchen for 6 or 7 hours.
If you don't see Randy tomorrow, this is where he is.
And it tastes better if you store it overnight in the refrigerator and heat it back up. You never had gumbo?
Never had it.
We're going to have to fix Windy gumbo. We're going to have to fix some gumbo for Windy.
It has to be not spicy.
It won't be spicy.
Okay.
Trust me, it won't be spicy.
Okay.
Here's our special National Gumbo Day event. I know I had it here somewhere.
Oh, do we have it?
We have it. Oh, no.
Locally?
No. I've lost my graphic. Wendy, what happened to my graphic?
I'm not sure.
Oh man. Oh, I know where it's going. Oh, hold on. Folks, don't you just love this when you forget where you put things?
Well,
you've got 15 tabs up.
It's Wednesday.
It's Tree Week.
Ooh.
Okay. And they've had these events at the Berea Forestry Outreach Center in Berea going on from the 7th and all the way through the 15th, and all are free. Okay. So for Thursday, tomorrow, it's nature R&R at Brushy Fort. You meet at the alumni patio between 3 and 5, and it's a slow-paced, relaxing, and restorative forest experience. That's cool.
I like that. I like that.
And then Friday is Friday in the Forest. You meet at the alumni patio from 4 and 6, and you relax by creating a painting while in nature. That's cool. Isn't that neat? That's cool. And then the 14th, which is Saturday, it's the solar eclipse viewing at the Forestry Outreach Center from 12 until 3 p.m. And thanks to the Pinnacle Astronomy Club. And also the 15th on Sunday, painting with natural dyes at the Forestry Outreach Center, 2 p.m. More information is always available at the Berea Forestry Outreach Center on Facebook. But speaking of the solar eclipse, you got something special to tell us about the solar eclipse coming up.
It's so exciting. Every year we have a solar eclipse, and what that means is when the moon passes between the Earth and the Sun. So if you have the Earth, you have the Sun, and you have the moon, and as it passes through right in direct line, it can block out the Sun if it's really close to the Earth. But this year, the moon's going to be farther away from the Earth, like either near or at its furthest point. Okay. So it's going to make the moon seem smaller.
Oh.
So what's going to happen is, if you've got the sun here, and you've got the little moon here, it looks smaller. Right. It's going to create a ring of fire effect, where we can just see an outline of the sun, and it looks like...
That's cool, a ring of fire.
They call it the ring of fire.
Johnny has.
Now, the bad thing is that we can only see part of it here in Kentucky because the line is, the direct line of the eclipse is going to be from like Oregon to Texas.
Okay.
But, where was this?
This is at Berea, Forestry Outreach Center. They're going to look at it between 12 and 3 with the solar eclipse viewing. So,
but if
you will be able to see a partial.
Yeah, you can see the partial eclipse. Right. But if you can't make it to that event, NASA is going to be live streaming the event. I was going to say, I love those when they have them on their YouTube channel. It starts at 11:30 this Saturday morning. Excellent. I'm excited. Are you excited about it? I am excited. I'm not even about there. Planets and stars. And you know our friends Alice and Tommy Jones, they were professors at EKU. Yes, they absolutely. Just recently retired from EKU. Okay. They are going to be in Texas. They planned a trip this summer. Just for that. Just for that. Oh, that's great. The Ring of Fire. So we've got some Madison Countyans experiencing it live action this Saturday. Neat. But that's really cool that you can check out NASA's live stream on YouTube if you want to watch it between 11 and 3. And then if you want to be with your astronomy tribe of people who wants to watch it this Saturday in Berea. I was doing it while you were talking. I was using visual effects. Is this your That was my visual effects clip. That's great. And that's Windy Wednesday. This is Windy Wednesday. Oh, it is Windy Wednesday. Oh, thanks. Thanks, you're welcome. Everyone knows it's windy because it's Wednesday. One of the things I started talking about last week was some of the things that we talk about, the way we talk. Yes. In Kentucky. Right. It's a little bit different. You know, I was explaining to a friend, not from here, that all throughout the state, there are different accents depending on where you are from and where you live and everything. And, you know, you'll hear a little bit of a hodgepodge of just different pronunciations. It's so interesting. We don't know. We just make it up. That's right. Because the rules go out the window here. We kind of do what we want. It's communication. As long as you get the point across, right? Exactly, absolutely. I've had some people that have moved here I've known of that have been really intrigued by a few certain towns that we have. I can think of some. Like, what can you think of? I know one you're going to talk about. Go ahead. For sales. For sales, that's right. And it should be Versailles because it's French. French. I'm sorry. It's French. It should be. So why do people do that? I don't know. I guess because that's the way it You don't have an answer? You brought us all the way in here. No, I don't have an answer. The only answer that I can give as a Richmond native, as a Kentucky native, is that we pronounce things the way it looks. True. And it says Versailles. You know what? We refuse to pronounce things like the English people do. It goes back to our heritage. That's right. The revolution. No, that's what that's just my philosophy. But then you have theory. You know, in one city name that you know there's a lot of controversy over on how to pronounce it is Louisville. Do you pronounce it that way? Yeah. I mean Louisville, Loserville. Right? No, I'm sorry. No, it's not. It's a great name. Louisville, Louisville. Well, I don't know. Louisville. I don't think people do that. Louisville, outside, they do pronounce it Louisville. Outside of the state? Yes, because why was Louisville named after King? That's fine. King Louis. But that's how we also know if you're not from here. That's true. So be careful. Make sure you order Wendy's book of pronunciations today. You can do so at wendyburnett.com. No, I don't know. I need to make that book. That would be a really good book. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. I think you should. Yeah, that would be a really good book. Everyone knows. I can't get that song in my head. This will be here all week. So, do we have any other events? That's it. That is it, folks. We want to thank you for watching Madison County Live. Go on, like and follow us. Hit that like button and hit that follow button and on Facebook. Be sure to join us tomorrow evening at 9. We'll be back here live again. Oh, it'll be fun.
Hey, and remember, please be kind. Treat others how you want to be treated. Check on your neighbor because why, Wendy?
They might want to go see the solar eclipse this weekend.
Oh, that is great, folks. Have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks to our great sponsors, Madison County Emergency Management, the Madison County Library in Richmond and Berea, KYmedia.net, and the Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza. Good news, weather, sports, events, cooking, music, and more right here on your Madison County Weather Channel. Watch at MadisonKYLive.com, YouTube, Facebook, and Roku.